Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the remaining two types of the crystalline solid. In last video, we discussed the covalent solid. In this video, we discuss ionic solid and the metallic solid in detail. Then, what are ionic solids? The crystalline solid in which constituent particles are positive and negative ions and are held together by strong electrostatic force of attractions throughout crystal is called as ionic solid. For example, NaCl, KNO3 and Na2SO4. Here we discuss the characteristics of ionic solid one by one. Ionic solids are very hard and brittle solid because of presence of a Coulombic force of attraction or the electrostatic force of attraction between oppositely charged ions. In this picture, the structure of NaCl is shown here. In a circle, green balls are made up of green balls are for the Cl negative and the violet balls are for the Na positive. They are alternately arranged. Means that they are alternately arranged. That is because of a Coulombic force of attraction is present between them. These solids have very high melting points. They are poor conductor of electricity in solid state, therefore are insulator in solid state, but their conductivity or they show the electrical conductivity in their aqueous solution or any kind of a polar solvent. Ionic crystals are soluble in water and also in other polar solvents. Ionic crystals are insoluble or very slightly soluble in a non-polar solvent like a benzene, carbon tetrachloride or carbon disulfide. They have high enthalpies of vaporization. Then, what are metallic solids? The crystalline solid in which constituent particles are positive ions which are immersed in a sea of electron called as the metallic solid. Here, we discuss the concept of a metallic bond in a detail. Some examples of the metallic solids are nickel, zinc, alloys and all kinds of metals. In the metallic solid, the metal crystal consists the metal atom. As the metal atoms are electropositive in nature, the electrons which are present in their valence shell are loosely held by their nucleus. So, all the metal atoms present in the metal crystal lose their electron from their valence shell, and that electrons which are free from the valence electron are free to move throughout the crystal. Therefore, that electrons are called as free electrons or the mobile electrons. And the metal atoms which are remain as a metal ion are called as the kernels. In this picture, the positively charged circles shows the kernels, while the blue dots or the blue small dots which are present in this diagram shows the number of free electrons, and these free electrons freely move throughout the crystal. Then therefore this crystal or this sea of electron carries C of electron carries a negative charge, and in that negatively charged C, the positively charged metal ions are immersed. The force of attraction between the negatively charged electrons and the positively charged metal ions contributes the metallic bond, or it is responsible for binding the metal atoms in a metallic solid. That is, these mobile electrons are simultaneously attracted by positive ions and hence hold these positive ions together. The force that holds the metal ions together in the crystal is called metallic bond. Here we discuss some characteristics of the metallic solids. Metallic crystals may be hard as well as soft. Here some examples are given in this picture. Brass, aluminum is soft, as we know, cast iron is hard, copper is soft compared to iron, steel is alloy, bronze is alloy. Then they are good conductor of heat and electricity. In this picture there is a cup there is a cup which consists the spoon, and it is full of milk. This, as it is a metal, it transports the heat, it conducts the heat. Side by side a light is shown there, which indicates that, which proves that the metals are the good conductor of heat and electricity. They have metallic luster and color in certain cases, for example gold, copper and pyrites. The metals are malleable and ductile. It means that metals, when hammered, then they get converted into the thin sheet, as well as they can be drawn into the thin wire. That is called as the ductility. So most of the metals are used for preparing such articles, especially gold and the silver are used for making the ornaments. In this video, here we complete the classification of crystalline solid. In next video, we will discuss unit cell, how to draw it, what are the parameters, and so on.